What up, what up? Rick that 50 back at it again. Out here once again. 2 months into this process of a 1 year process till I turn 50. We about to start ramping it up though, for real. First 2 months was just getting back into shape so I could do the program the way I wanted to do it. That's why it's taking the whole year. And now it's time to ramp it up. I already started last week. We're doing more of the running exercises and the sprinting. But now this week I'm gonna add the swimming. So once a week we're gonna start doing swimming. Do a few laps. I don't really know how many laps I'm gonna do now. I ain't really swam laps in a minute. So I'm gonna see how many laps of this program. It's gonna be anywhere between 6 and 10. It'll be even number. So I'll start those on Saturday. I gotta find out when the pool closes again at the Sports and Learning Complex. But we out here for episode 11. X-Files. Yeah, so let's talk about it. Aliens, are they real? I mean, mathematically, the answer is 99.9% yes. I mean, it's no secret. You see the government coming out with UFOs and all that stuff. And a lot of people like to say, well, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know that the government's doing. And that's just secret, aircraft and stuff. Come on, everybody, use your common sense. We know that there's a certain limitation to what we can do. Not what can be done, but what we can do as a species. Okay? Some of that stuff that we saw, the military. Now, you gotta remember also, what the military release, that ain't everything they have. They only release some stuff. Right? So, if that's the stuff that they release to the public, they have you guessing. Just imagine the good stuff they got. These huge crabs zigzagging in the air with no exhaust, no sound. They got tons of footage. That's just the stuff that they release. I mean, what they released is kind of like a redacted document that they're sending out. It's all blacked out. That's what they gave us for the public. They gave us the redacted form. So it's enough to see that something's there, but you can't really see what it is. And trust me, they got closer footage, and they got footage of them doing more amazing things. Way more amazing things. So, you can try to deny it all you want to, but little by little, the government is coming out and showing what they caught on their multi-million-dollar recording equipment. Whether it's radar or film or video, they're coming out with it. So if you see that type of stuff, you see these type of aircraft, who you think is piloting them? Who you think made them? I guarantee you, it wasn't a human being. It just wasn't. Come on, y'all. Can we really deny all of the eyewitnesses, all the people who said they've seen them firsthand and communicated with them firsthand? Remember, only one has to be right. Only one has to be right. But there are like hundreds and thousands of them, of people who said they've seen, contacted, been abducted by aliens. And they said they were aliens, not people. Describe what they look like. The grays with the big eyes. Okay? I'm gonna put it in the comments. I'm gonna put it in the description. But the latest, greatest is that Vegas UFO thing. The Vegas UFOs. If you haven't seen it, click on it in the description. Hey, so long story short, with that Vegas UFO thing, there was a meteor, what people thought was a meteor, saw be coming down, and it apparently landed in the neighborhood. And right after that happened, a family called in the 911 to report that that wasn't a meteor and that they were seeing beings in their backyard. So it's a real intriguing story. Click on the description. You tell me what you think. I ain't saying I believe it or not. I'm just saying there's a lot of stuff that's a coincidence leading up to that. And when you listen to the 911 tape, it does sound believable. Sounds hella believable. No doubt. But with all that, with all the footage we see, with how big we know the universe is, I mean, we're seeing that. With this new James Webb telescope, we're seeing that. We saw it with the Hubble, but now we're seeing it even more. The universe is bigger than we thought. We know. Okay? Our galaxy itself has over between 100 billion and 400 billion stars in it. Okay? That's just the Milky Way. Between 100 and 400 billion stars. Now, take into consideration, our sun is a star. It's one star out of that 100 to 400 billion. Think there's any more planets around some of those stars? Okay, let's do the 10% rule. 400 billion. 10% is what? 40 billion? Let's take 10% of that. 4 billion? And let's take 10% of that. 400 million. And there you go with your possibilities of life. There's probably an estimated 400 million planets to have life on it. Not saying all intelligent life, or like we know it, but life. And then do your percentages on that 40 million planets, and you can do the math on how many of those are probably intelligent, and then how many of those civilizations are older than us and know more than us and have access to resources that we don't have access to. So when it comes down to it, I don't see how anybody in their right mind can say that aliens don't exist. I just don't see it. Going into the last lap to the home stretch. So that's coming up on 2.25 miles of walking plus stairs. But and now with the mathematics being talked about, I'm going to talk about the mathematics and how likely it is. And as you can see, that's where I get 99% chance. Let's talk about the possibility of them making it here. Because that's what a lot of people argue about. Well, how could they make it here? Well, number one, let's talk about what we don't know. I just had a video about what we don't know that we can do. See, in different parts of the galaxy, there are different resources that some might have access to that we don't. Okay? If you look at the periodic table, there are elements on that table that actually don't exist on planet Earth. But we know that they exist. So, if they have access to resources that we don't, and I'm talking about the aliens, whatever you want to call them, if they have access to resources that we don't, then that means that they can do things and they can experiment. That's like, for instance, like, let's say we never have plutonium, you know? We never have plutonium or uranium. Well, if we didn't have access to those, there'll be a lot of things that we could not make. And that's how the universe works, that we know. There are things in other parts of the universe, elements, minerals, that are there that are not here in whatever part of this universe that we are at. Okay? So, that being said, that means those could be fuel sources. And that can also be things that can manipulate gravity, like time and space. And if you go back to, a lot of y'all don't know this, but this guy named Bob Lazar. Okay? His name is Bob Lazar. He actually claims to have worked on a UFO for the US government. And when he worked on this UFO for the US government, he actually got to work on the engine that powered the UFOs, the saucers, whatever you want to call them. And I swear his story is so believable. It'll be in the description. It'll be in the description too. Check it out for yourself. Now, the funny thing about this is that he did this video back in 1989 talking about this, right? And he mentioned this element called element 115. And if you look up element 115, you'll see there's a million hits on Google. Okay? He called it element 115 because that was its atomic weight. And he was saying basically that this was the fuel source for their craft. Now, of course, we don't have element 115 here, and that's what I was talking about. There's no element 115 here on Earth. And actually, in '89, element 115 didn't even exist on the periodic table. It didn't even exist on the periodic table. So, how did he know about it in 1989? Like I said, it'll be in the description. Click on it, take a look at it for yourself. But he actually worked on it, said that the element 115 was the fuel source, and that by bombarding it with a proton or electron, basically putting it in a collider, because he said that this reactor that they had was basically a mini collider. It was efficient on 100% level, and that this collider and the element 115 is what gave it its gravitational field, so that it can move about like we see those UFOs and everything moving and stuff. I mean, stuff that'll blow your mind. And without going too deep into Bob Lazar, because I could talk about him for hours, this whole thing would be about his story. If y'all don't know about it, like I said, check it out in the description. Your mind will be blown. But anyway, the thing about, like I said, with Bob Lazar, he was saying that back in 1989. They just discovered element 115 about 8 to 10 years ago. To show it wasn't to prove him right, but that's what they do when they're out there doing the collider, the big collider that they got when they smashing electrons together and protons together. Well, they discovered the element 115 is a thing. Now, when it hit at 115, it didn't stay around for a long time. It decays real quick. It wasn't stable. But I don't know if y'all know, but I'm going to my geeky stage a little bit too. Gotta follow me. Elements all have different isotopes of themselves, right? So hydrogen might have 15 different isotopes of hydrogen. So all hydrogen is not the same, all right? Well, this element is the same. And at some point in time, we will find that stable isotope of element 115. And once we do that, oh boy, that's going to change the game. Because if what Bob Lazar said is true, and that's the key to the electromagnetic field and all that, then that's going to open up a whole lot of things. I said open up everything. I mean everything. Because like I said, once you can control gravity, you technically can control time. Okay? So think about that, what that means. How air travel is going to change. Public transportation is going to change. When you see those futuristic movies and people are like flying through the air with flying cars and flying whatever, you always see those and they don't have like they don't have propulsion behind them. No kind of jet engine or nothing, right? When 115 becomes a thing, and I'm sorry, but I think it's going to happen. That is going to change the world. And seriously, I don't know what's going to happen after that, but it's knowing people, knowing human beings, it's not going to be good. But when you see airlines and trains transporting without any kind of propulsion or wheels or engines like that, look out. They done found it. Well, as we wrap up another session of Rip That 50, and I really didn't get into it enough for real. I need to have part 2 to the aliens video. But come on, y'all. Aliens exist. They're here. You know, you can go through ancient drawings and ancient paintings, and you'll see that they were talking about aliens and UFOs a long time ago. So, and it had nothing to do with what we can do now. They've been around for a long time ago. And they'll continue to be around for a long time. So, with that being said, back to the workout. I had a good workout today. Sweat a lot. Got the normal work in. You know what I think this is an issue with a lot of people as far as keep going when they have these type of I don't call them setbacks, but when they don't get the results that they want, it's almost like your body is trying to discourage you. It's like your body's trying to discourage you into not working out more. And when you've been in a couple of months and you still see that you have a belly, you have a stomach, you know, you don't have a six-pack yet, it's almost like your body's trying to discourage you. I'm trying to tell you, you just need to keep going, keep pushing through it. There's going to be a moment when you break and all the weight is just going to fall off you. And the fat is just going to fall off you. But you have to keep going. 2 months is not enough. It's not long enough. You got to keep going. You know, if you look at me now, the whole thing, and I guess when I go to the pool, I'm going to do a full reveal. So you can see where I'm at right now. You know, I still got a belly. I still got a stomach. You know, it's not like a pot belly or anything. But you know, like you ever see those weightlifters? They're real muscular, but they still kind of got a belly. It's that type of thing. You know, and I think it mostly has to do with my age, to be honest with you, and the fact that I'm not eating the full diet like I have to, like I should be. I'm doing the intermittent fasting, but I'm not completely staying away. Like, for instance, I went to the movies the other day. I saw Mission Impossible. Oh, by the way, Mission Impossible, go see it. Good movie. But anyway, I went and got the snack pack, and the snack pack comes with popcorn. The snack pack comes with popcorn, gummy bears, and a drink. And you know, all those drinks over there that they got over there is all full of high fructose corn syrup. And I'm sorry, but when I'm at the movies, particularly at a Regal, my drink of choice is a cherry cola. Don't know why, but I love to have a cherry cola while I'm watching the movie with some popcorn. That's just my thing. And I'm an avid movie goer. So, you know, I've been to a couple movies. And so, doing things like that kind of sets you off just a little bit. But I know that the workout is real and the workout is going to get me through that. So, and like I said, this is not a fast pace. This is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not going to happen overnight. You got to keep going. You got to keep doing your workout. You got to keep doing the things that's going to get you there. So with that being said, I got 10 more months to go. I'm on good track. Down 10 pounds still. By next month, that should be 20 pounds. Should be closer to 20 pounds. Because like I said, you reach these plateaus and you change things up and then you start losing more weight. Then you hit a plateau, then you change things up and then you start losing more weight. Even though weight loss is not my goal, it's not my total goal, I know in order to get where I'm talking about getting to, I am going to have to lose weight. Some of that is going to have to come off. No doubt. Because I'm not trying to build muscle. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. I'm trying to get lean and cut and fit. So, yeah, the weight loss is going to be a part of that. It just is. So, I keep forgetting to say this. I'm going to have to start remembering to do this because probably, you know, regular YouTube. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. You notice on the videos, I start putting that in there. I'm going to start putting that all over now. Like and subscribe. You know, help the algorithm out. Get me in front of more people. So more people get motivated to do the thing. But anyway, fellas, folks, ladies, gents, all that. Rip that 50 out. Till next episode.